RIP Jimmy Buffett. So sad to hear. I just found out about Jimmy Buffett's passing. It is hitting me really hard. My whole body was filled with goosebumps. What an amazing person who spread love around the world. His music touched the hearts of many. Jimmy Buffett, baby. I can't believe he passed away, I believe, last night. Wow, man. It hits me hard, man. Same age as my dad. They were both 76 years old, man. Jimmy Buffett, baby. Kind of hits me a little harder than I thought. God bless each and every one of you, baby. Let's start this live stream like we do every day, baby. God bless you all, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. This is a fast Bitcoin update. It's not going to be as long as our normal weekend streams, but I am back tonight for a regular weekend stream at 8 p.m. So shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm going to switch the screen now, right off the bat. What is it? No. Wait, what's going on there? Oh, I get it. I know what happened. It's this one. I switched it to the wrong one. Yeah. All right, shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's see what's happening. Trickling in. We got a little bit of Bitcoin coming in. Some H-bar. People like H-bar. Just showing you what is more popular, what people are DCAing into, what people are buying into right now. A little 1-inch getting tossed in there. Someone sees an interest in that DeFi. Litecoin coming through. You can see that big Monero buy just floating in. And obviously, Bitcoin just taking center stage. A little Filecoin coming on in there. A little Ethereum, some Chainlink. So you just see, so that's a pretty big order. The bigger the circle, the bigger the order. Ooh, a little bit of, what is that? GRT coming on in, right? Some Ethereum, a little more of that. Some more 1-inch pounding. A big Litecoin buy coming in there. A big Doji buy right there. There's another big Doji buy. Some Doge coming in there. Strong. And this is Fiat Leak. Everybody, fiatleak.com. Find out where the fiat is leaking to. It's leaking to cryptocurrency. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in and being here with me as we jump on into Bitcoin. 25,008. We're inside of this channel. It is what it is. You can widen it and turn it into a symmetrical triangle as well. You can do whatever you like. Either way, we're going to break one of these levels, right? Oh, of course, Sam. We're going up or going down. Ha, ha, ha. Where are we going? Well, last night, we wanted to pump up to the 200 SMA. We did not. Let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. Here, you get away from the 200. Once you collapse and the moving averages get tight, huge move, right? Look at this, though. Let me show you. The last time we had our nasty dump on the 15, same scenario. We had dumped, and I said, can we pump up to the 15 to the 200 SMA? No way. Same thing here. Could we pump up to the 200 SMA? And what happens is, the 200 SMA will come and compress price. Once you get compression in a downtrend on the moving averages, it's so likely you're going to go to the downside. All right. Remember, we've lost the high volume node. We've lost some key areas. We're going to look at the big boy support and resistance zones. You do have this divergence that we've called out and we've pointed out here. It's clear as day on the 15-minute, but you're unable to get above previous resistances. I kept saying if you can't make a move above, now it's 25,850, but it was 25,900. Remember I said if you can't get above 25,900, expect more downside, and that was around here, and we tried it, and 25,900 was rejected. I remember saying it over and over again. Now the level is this. I mean, if you can't get above 28,850, expect more downside. It's that simple. So what you do is you constantly take the probable side. You don't double, so right now it's more probable that we break to the downside than to the upside, all right? Look at the 1 hour. It's got bearish divs on my indicator, okay? And it's telling you it's a wrap. I'm not saying it has to happen. What's wrong, sweetie? What happened? It did? Oh, no. Are you okay now? Okay. You want me to hug you, baby? Oh. I love you, sweetie. Have a kiss on my cheek? Okay, baby. I'm almost done and I'll come right help you, okay? I love you. Don't you worry about a thing. Daddy got you, baby. She got me wrapped around her finger, man. I can't. Lately, she got me okay, Daddy, when you help me, Daddy. And I'm just whatever you need, baby. Just whatever you need. So as the moving averages get tight and you're in a downtrend, we could see a movement further to the downside. You just got a death cross on the 1 hour time frame. Usually that means a lot more downside is coming. So again, we're below the 200 SMA. That's downside, period. Now here is interesting. Some would say, but isn't this a bullish divergence? I've never seen anything like this. This will be the first time where it's been this just very strange price action, But the 4 hour says I'm going to make a move. And I'm going to bounce right back up to that 200 SMA. I'm going to get above this point of control. And you'd be surprised. You could see Bitcoin back at 29,200. So don't fall into the fear. And you're like, Sam, you were just bearish, now you're bullish. And I did that for a reason, because I want to keep you neutral. I want you to stay completely neutral. It's okay, baby. She hugging my leg now. Loves her daddy, man. Lately, she's just always on her daddy. She's tugging my leg right now. She's like, oh, I love you so much. Oh, now she's squeezing my leg like, oh, that's how you get it? I will, but I gotta finish what I'm doing, okay? And then we'll do it together, okay? All right, sweetie. I love you. So, I've never seen a bullish divergence like this in my life, right? We're at this like weird, at the same time, a swing low to swing low and a swing high is bullish divergence, and we are low on the stochastics RSI. So, it's not all bad news, all right? Same time, 22-hour isn't done yet. Daily is just getting started, and I believe you gotta heed the daily more than the 4-hour. And the daily says we're done. We're not even close to done with this dump. And once we lose 25.8, easily come to this one last level at 25.3, and then it's 24.350, 21.8, and the rest is 18,000. And we could see a major dump here. I just want to bring this up. I mean, let's look at the daily. The weekly right now. Interesting how the daily never made a lower low. So I assume, remember when I looked at the weekly, we did. So the weekly right now has a lower low, which is bad news. But the daily doesn't. I've never backtested that. I would probably have to take the weekly over it. You know what I mean? I've never backtested those two things and been like, what's more important? And it's strange, right? That's confusing as a beginning trader too. And even as a trader who's been here for years, the daily has an uptrend. I'd ask someone who's been trading 30 years. I've been trading, 15. I'd be like, daily has an uptrend, weekly has a downtrend. What do you say to that? But we haven't closed the weekly candle yet. So let's wait until tomorrow night as well, till we give that weekly its justification. But right here, I mean, as you can see, the daily is still holding a higher low. And 3-day chart is extremely oversold. 2-day chart, they're all screaming for some type of bounce. I mean, we got it, and the price action has just been insane, honestly. It's been tough. We've done well, though. We've made some of our greatest trades, so TA has been playing out perfectly. So price action's been crazy, but once you settle into the TA, it's been playing out perfectly. So what this tells me is we should have pumped up to the 200 SMA. We should have done it here, here, here. It's more likely we didn't do it. So it tells me that we're getting suppression, right? A heavy suppression, and you can see the resistance. So I wouldn't long till we broke out, retested, or made some type of flag, a bullish flag in these zones, and then we broke out. Got through this gap in the VRVP. Right now, you could open along with a stop loss like right here somewhere and try to make the move through the VRVP, maybe a stop loss right here, But it's just very high risk because, number one, it's Saturday and there's low volume. So the market maker can push the market a lot quicker either way. So even if you're more right than wrong and there's enough fools on the other side of the trade, your trade won't play out. You know what I mean? But like what is supposed to happen is we're supposed to pump up here, go through this gap in the VRVP, and hang out for a second on this 15. That's what's supposed to happen. I've seen that happen more often than not in my lifetime, right? Based on technical analysis. So here we're sitting at 25,860. Let's take a look at Bookmap. If everyone knows me, I use Bookmap. Link in the description below to Bookmap. If you want Bookmap, please hook yourself up. It hooks me up. I get a commission. The more people that sign up, the better it is for me. If you're thinking about getting it, grab it. If you can afford it, grab it just to hook me up. You know what I mean? Bookmap is amazing. And it will help you. And get to know it, get to use it, and you'll have a blast with Bookmap. So it's a heat map order book, and it's showing us the Bookmap that Bitcoin wants to go lower. But it does have looks like it might get one more little pump up to 26.4, get rejected by 26.4, 26.5 area, and then come down and eat to 25,000. But this order at 25K is still sitting there, and it's the bigger order that we can find. It's 643.33 Bitcoin. That's how much Bitcoins want to be bought and sold on the books. So like that's a lot of Bitcoin right there. And right now they're battling. Like 483 are being sold, 671 are being bought. And it's a back and forth battle here on the books.
At the end of the day, the biggest red dot line that you see is this line here at 25K. So Bookmap's still holding, and it doesn't mean we're going to guarantee to go there. I just want to make this clear and disclaimer every time, and I'm not a financial advisor. Not like I say I do should be taking us financial advice, but point of the story is when Bookmap gives us liquidity to an area, and there's a lot of liquidity down there, we go down there, I'd say 90% of the time. I mean, it's so likely. There is a maybe a 10 to 15% window where things don't go exactly as planned. But, and I always take trading as you never know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I repeat that over and over again. And I keep telling myself that I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, you know, and I'm still learning every day and adding to my knowledge, you know, so. But this, you know, I've been waiting for this 15-minute to hit the 200 SMA, like, and to get through this gap in the VRVP. So to me, this looks likely until the 15-minute comes up here, hits the dotted line, and does like a double top or a topping out curved area. And then we'll know that we've lost the momentum and never achieved the goal, right? 30-minute looks like we're going to get a little bit of a move. 1 hour is very, very bent up, but you never know, you know. There's a really nice divergence here, so let's see, you know. And what will happen is in the next few hours, this will either curve down, you see, and we'll come up here, and then we'll just come right back into the pattern. We'll pump, and then we'll come right back down. So far, we're getting the breakout to the upside. It's not going to be as fast as on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're not going to get the volume, but, you know, there's a chance we get the move. So far, everything is going somewhat to plan. You know, I'm in shock that we didn't hit the 200 SMA. I'm like, come on. You know, you've got the bunched up moving averages. We've seen this on over like 500 assets now in the last year and a half, right? And I've showed you on the live. I've gone over it on the inside our trading group. If you want to join our trading group and understand these secrets, like how basically 90% of the time when you get bunched up moving averages like this, and I've been teaching this to everybody. Look, this is the same thing. Look, okay, baby, go to the 1 minute chart. I showed you this last week over and over again, right? Or yesterday too, and all these. Here's the 1 minute. How you trade the 1 minute, right, is you look for a divergence where price gets taken away from the 21 SMA, and here it is right here. So you're going to take this, see this? I'm going to do something with you here. Shift, control. See this here? Print this out. Yes, sweetie. Okay, baby, I'll take you outside when I'm done. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, baby. Where's your mom? Where's all these women here? My wife's here with both her cousins. My oldest. Don't go outside without us, though, babe. BB? BB? All right. All right. So, I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying. And I know my wife can hear me. It's so frustrating, man, when you work 7 days a week. Anyway, not fun. I love working. It's just, I want her back. I don't know. I was going to yell for my wife, but whatever. So, look, this is what I want to show you. I put it in my Discord. All right. Take a picture of this and learn it. And only thing I want you, take out the white lines for now, but the only thing I want you to understand is you'll get a divergence and you'll be away from the white line, the 21. You'll snap into the 21, snap to the 50, snap to the 80, snap to the 100, and then you'll get to the 200 SMA. Okay. And that's a reoccurring theme. And you can use that on the 1 minute. Here it is again. You'll get the divergence, the white line, and sell, you know. If you want, I call it trading cute or trading sweet, is I never go for the exact target. I always just take my profit a little early. So I guarantee the win, you know what I mean? So there it is again. That's the same thing. You can take a picture of that. That's the same, see? Divergence to the 21, and then it moves through the moving averages. You take your move. Here it is again. You get divergence away from the 21, and you move to the 200 SMA. Okay. I recognize this pattern, and we can use it over and over again to make money. Here it is again. You'll get a divergence away from the 21-day moving average, and you'll move through. You could take profit right at the 21. If you get above the 200, you'll be able to ride it longer. So you can trail these depending on how strong the move could be, you know. I believe a smart man just takes it every time at the 200 and calls it a day. That way you never get caught out there being sloopy, which is slow and sloopy. I don't even know. I'm just messing around. Here it is again, though. You get a divergence. Now it's hard because you would have tried, and it may not play it out, right? But with a proper stop, there's a chance that you never got stopped out anyway, and you did eventually get the divergence here to the 200 SMA. Now, remember what I just said. Here it is again. You get your divergence, and you move to the 200 SMA. Remember, your entries, price always has to be away from the white line to enter price. You can never enter price near or on the white line. You know what I mean? Unless you're longing. That's a different story. But when entering shorts, I mean, longing here. This is the best entry for longs at these men. When you're consolidating, it's a different story because then you're going sideways and you're waiting for the 21 to touch price action. But this is when you're getting a dump. So remember that. But here it is again. Like, you'll get the divergence. And so just recognize this pattern. Okay. Divergence to the 200 SMA. All right. You'll get above the 21, the 50, the 80, the 100, and you'll get close or near or tap the 200. Here it is again. You'll get divergence away from the 21, and you'll move through to the 200. Take your money. Take your money. Use this pattern to print money for the rest of your life. All right. I just gave you gold. Okay. Whoever's here, like, don't tell everyone. Like, try to keep this like kind of quiet if you can. Shout out to Gina Bumpy, and I was thinking about you this morning. No lie. When retail's crying, smart money is buying. Amen. You know, but I want that fear and greed even worse. I want this thing super, super low. It feels like we can get some real fear going back down to 20s into the teens. That's when we're going to really want to open up and add to the bags. I told you I like to add when the 2 week stochastics are low, and they're not low anymore. Sad to say. So it tells me that I got to pay attention, you know. I don't know what's that. We're getting a lack of load there. I was giving away too much gold or something. They were like, or we just weren't even on the charts yet. Like, but like the 2 week has to come back down and hang out here. So it also tells me there's some more pain coming. 2 week chart is going to come down to this 200 SMA. You see that? Very likely. So we're looking at it to my whole thing says when the 200, so we're going to get, looks like the 200 is going to move. Yeah. We're coming down to 19,000. Very likely. Yeah. It's just what's going to happen, everybody. And we're going to hit the 200, then the moving averages will get tight. We'll have this beautiful falling wedge. It'll be a giant cup and handle. Higher low on the bigger seam here, you know, and then we'll blast out. Yeah, February, and then we'll head into the halving. You know what I mean? Get a nice market crash. Still, wow, everyone will cry. And I'm never bearish, right? But my indicators are telling me it's over, man. And we just made a lower low on the 2 week chart. So, like, it's a wrap. We broke trend. Like, you have to understand how trend works. Like, you know what I mean? We're coming down, I believe. The charts convey we're coming down to 19,000. Somewhere between 19 and 21K. Like, you know. So, and again, I usually don't make calls like this, but I'm locked into my system recently, and I've been seeing, like, all the indications of life. Like, listen, we can learn what happened recently, and we can bring that back into what we're doing now. And what I mean by that is, let's look at the 7. Let's look at the 1. Let's look at these other time frames. Let me show you what happens. You break out, you have a nice pump, you do great. Right now, the 2 week chart is similar to like this low right here, making the low. 2 week chart's like right here. You see? Why do I say that? Because it had to come hit the 200, AA. So like, see how the 2 week, this had to come hit the 200 and the 200 was sitting here? Well, that's what we got going right now. Shout out to Master Chief of the house, Derek Soloway, Ben Cohen, and you agree on that. Only I worry is everyone thinks we're going down. I don't think we're going down. Yeah, the charts convey to me that we're likely going to, the charts are telling me what's going to happen. I don't think anything. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, yeah. So, and I'm coming to this realization with each and every one of you at this present moment in time. All right? I really am. And hold on, I want to clarify this. You guys see this stuff in the making. I woke up this morning with the family doing my thing, jumped into the charts, wanted to hang out with my peoples, and here we are. So this is no frills. I don't make this up beforehand. I don't really even know what I'm going to say or do till this mic goes on. And I see all you beautiful people in the chat. 435 people, 175 likes, $23.78 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Last weekend here on the East Coast before kids go back to school. So things kind of get back into motion here in my house, and it will be what it is, baby. So look, Bitfinex long chart here, 2-week chart. I mean, just if we lose the 21, and again, we have to go through these levels to get there first. Like, I'm not saying, okay, we're going to 19K, and we'll take it one day at a time. And I'll step back and be my life herself and say, I don't know. We have no idea where price action's really going to go, right? But you got a lot of room in the stochastics, okay? You lost this level and you're falling back down. The next catch point is 18,870, right? On the VRVP. So I have what I call coincidences, and there's no such thing as a coincidence. I have the 200 probably wanted to get involved, okay? I got a rejection, so I'm in a fib. The 618 happens to be at 21.6, and the 786 happens to be at 18.8. I mean, the 786 is exactly at the area that I'm looking at. The area I'm looking at would where probability-wise is where the 200 SMA would eventually claim, where the high volume node would read. We would also hit a 786 fib, and the 2-week chart could come and hang out and get nice and low. The fear and greed index could get down here again, and the buy zone would be initiated for massive amounts of BTC. And I could finally deploy my $100,000 buy, and we could make that move. You know what I mean? So, come here. Just hold my homie for a bit. I'll be done soon. I love this girl. She wants me to take her outside, so she's just on me. So this is just, you know what I mean? I just wanted to put this out there. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen. We'd have to break this level. Then we'd have to test 23.8. And then we'd have to come down at 21.625. You know what I mean? Like these would, So it's not gold. I'm not saying this has to happen. But in my experience, from what I look at, it's telling me that this could possibly happen for sure. You know what I mean? There's a chance. I hate to be like the bearer of bear news, I used to say, okay? Let's get back into today. But that's just something that came out of nowhere. Whether it was God, me, the ETA, something inspired me to say that. I did it. We'll go from there. So look, rejection. We just can't seem to get the love today. See that? We can't get the push out. We did break resistance. So far, the 15-minute is above resistance. But if we break back inside the pattern, I would suggest the short is in order. The 1 hour really wants to take us to the downside, right? This gap in the VRVP is the only thing keeping me hopeful. The curve in the 21-day moving average is interesting. This 15-minute may help us. And the 4 hour is somewhat bullish because it's so oversold. And we have a very strong divergence. Okay. I think it's very unlikely we make a new low for Bitcoin, but I do believe we make some lower values than we are at now. I'm sorry, I show you exactly what the charts say. I was super bullish during the whole run-up, and people are like, why are you a perma bull? And I'm like, I'm just a bull because we're above the 200 SMA. As long as we're above that 200 SMA, I stayed bullish. The second we break below it, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Now, I guess we could do our thing here and say, we're technically just still getting rejected. But I like this flat area of resistance here that we keep hitting. I like this song. So if you can't get back above, if you get rejected here, like, you're just likely going to roll over. All right. So don't be surprised if we get a major dumpage, and look for us to break this point of control at 25.8, and look for a bearish retest on the 5, anywhere between the 1, 5, and the 7. Usually between the 1 and the 5, you're going to be able to identify a pretty good bearish retest, and then enter the trade to the downside. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just techniques you may use, you know. 15 minutes we just want to wait for the Stokes to get exhausted. They're going to tell us when the likelihood, and they're not perfect, but they're pretty accurate. They're going to tell us when the likelihood of a dump is coming for Bitcoin. So watch a rejection of this level, 25.9, 25.8 again. It was a key area of resistance for a massive short the other day. It could do the same as such now, you know. If we break above it and make a flag, that could be a nice little long. So I really wouldn't enter a long until we flagged above. Okay, baby. Thank you, sweetie. So unless we get above, unless we make a bullish flag, a falling wedge, some type of continuation pattern above 25.9, honestly, I would not long Bitcoin, okay? We may get this quick little spike up and may be fun, and we may just come right back down in here too. So the closer this 200 comes, and the more sideways we go, if these moving averages get really tight with the 200 above, we're so likely going to get a drop. To me, it's just more likely that we're going to get a drop than not. So let's just take a look at the short. And I just might as well call a short now because that's the probability, you know what I mean? And so there's the short play right there that I'm looking at. Again, we're going to wait on some confirmations from technical analysis. They're going to tell us when the best time to enter the short is. We want to wait for this to top out and roll and begin to curve. That stochastics will give us a pretty good entry. It's already doing it here on the 1 hour. The 1 hour is already telling us it's time to get in. Yeah. So the 1 hour and the 15 minute are getting overbought. We're hitting resistance, and we're unable to get above the resistance. But bearing an insane short squeeze or some crazy move, I do see a move to the downside on the smaller time frames. Maybe after they reset, we can then ride the 4 hour back to the upside. But to me, I don't see that happening until later on tonight, you know? So wait out the 15 minute. There's still a chance. Bling, we get this move up. Just wait. That's why wait out the 15 minute to give it its signal. You know, see where that goes. And if we end up getting above this level and we do make some type of continuation pattern, then a long may be proper and the 4 hour could be helping us out. But right now, it's just highly more likely, based on what we're seeing, that we're going to take a move to the downside. So I'm calling short for Bitcoin, but I am saying to risky is to enter right now. It's aggressive. Less risky is to wait for a little more confirmation from the stochastics before we enter the short. So that's my Bitcoin idea for the day. I'll be back later tonight at 8 p.m. where we go over all coins and all sorts of other fun stuff, the DXY, S&P futures. We have a lot of fun on Saturday nights, okay? Let me jump into the chat to see who's kicking it with me. Shout out to Master Chief for the thank you and the $20. Man, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. Shout out to Darth Dude in the house. And moment of silence. I stopped the music for a second. Jimmy Buffett, man. We lost a legend today. Jimmy Buffett. We lost a legend. So, everyone, let's take a moment. Dear Lord, man, you took Jimmy at the same age as my dad, at the same name as my dad. They were both Jimmys. My dad, Jimmy Price, and Jimmy Buffett. They were born on the same year, probably. You know what I mean? 1946, and they grew up around the same times. My dad told me about his brother coming back from the Vietnam War, and a lot of these artists were affected by so many of the societal ins and outs of the times. And there's pictures of my dad at the Washington Monument, protesting the war, and Jimmy always was a spirit. Jimmy always kind of made you feel good. I saw Margaritaville in Hollywood, Florida recently. It's a beautiful hotel. Like, the guy just has left such a legacy. He was a multimillionaire. He traveled the world. He lived a great life. He lived a dream life. He was a real person. And, celebrities seem real when they finally die. Like, they seem surreal, but when they finally die, you realize they're just as real as you, man. And in Jimmy's passing, I just, like, growing up in 1983 and hearing his music my whole life. And I don't know, no one can ever say you weren't in a good mood when you were listening to Jimmy Buffett. And usually when you were listening to Jimmy Buffett, something awesome was happening in your life, you know? And I think Jimmy Buffett's passing is hitting me so hard because of my dad's passing. But, like, I just, we lost a legend today in Jimmy Buffett. So I'll leave out with that, man. God bless each and every one of you. You kind of see the idea behind my trade. We're getting that spike to the 200, finally. You know what I mean? I was expecting this, waiting for it. Wanted it here, and here, but we're getting it when it's smaller. So can we get back above 25.9? Can we get back above 29.950 and hit this and begin to consolidate somewhere, somehow here? That would keep the dream alive for a possible continuation. There's a very highly likely chance we could get rejected here, fall back in, and this ends up taking a nice little tumble down. But anything is possible. We'll wait for this confirmation. Right now, we're things are going as they should be. We keep getting sold off pretty easily on these wicks. And all right. So I gave you the sauce. I told you exactly how I feel about it and how I'm thinking of playing it. You do whatever makes you happy. Weekends aren't my favorite to trade as it goes, especially if I had a really good week. And so, you do whatever makes you happy. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And thank you so much for jumping on into the live. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Thank you so much for jumping on in to the Crypto Lifer live stream. Amen. Doge is, look at that little dancing dog. That was cool. Doge is above the 200 SMA on the 15. Something that Bitcoin didn't do, right? Doge is attempting to stay above the 200 SMA here, and it's in an inverted head and shoulder. It really should break to the upside. Bitcoin's playing with it too, though. It tends to follow Bitcoin a lot. I mean, a lot of these were just in these same shapes, and then you just have to say they came and left and came back in the shape again. This was just, what a mess, 1 hour's pointing up. 4 hour has legs to the upside. Yeah, 7, see how the 7's like, I guess try, attempt to put a falling wedge on the 7 when it eventually hits that 21. If you can break this resistance and then a retest there, it could be sweet too at 6425. Everyone, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. I'll be in the Discord talking to each and every one of you, and just God bless you all. Thank you for your time. I'll see you later on. Crypto's life, baby. Hold on 1 second. I just want to look. I can't get enough. Hold on. You know how it is. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's supposed to come to this 200 SMA when the moving averages get tight. That's what's supposed to happen, you see? That's why I have this here, but I don't want people thinking, like, open the trade now. I'm saying I'm waiting for confirmation from the 15. Too aggressive to open the trade right now. I'm going to even delete this so people don't think I want to open the trade yet. I want confirmation from the stochastics that we get rejected by the 25.9. I want to see resistance. Like you can wick all you want. Don't get too excited. Someone's like, we're about to go to 26K. I mean, don't get too excited, man. Just take it one step at a time. We got to break above this level to go. We got to break above 29,950 to go to 26,897, and even these, to break 26K and all that fun stuff. So, looks like we're gonna do exactly what I thought, and what I've seen many times in my life, hundreds of times in my life, which is tap that 20. If we get on the other side of the 200 SMA, that would be, So if we closed 1 or 2 candles above here, that would be an issue, another idea to long. And what I would tell you what was happening is the 1 hour, right, would stay up here like so, which I've seen. And the 4 hour would just continue to plow away. And we would get a massive move on the 4 hour. Okay? It's very possible. We are far away from the 21 again. And price action doesn't like to stay away from the 21-day moving average for too long. Like, that's a long, here it was a wave. It doesn't like to have more than, 20, 30 candles away. And it eventually wants to come and touch and play. So it tells me, too, that, this, we could get it drop down, too, and then this could drop further. And then we could curve to it, and we could come touch it later. But it says that we're going to have to come touch it sooner than later as well. So I see both scenarios. I know they're possible. The smaller time frames will tell us what to do because they'll either break or get resisted by key levels. So to me, that's how you don't get duped. You just use the smaller time frames, and you'll know what to do. Like if we close above here in the next hour and a half, then that's more bullish. If we don't and get rejected, then it's more bearish. Pretty simple stuff to me, but it takes work and discipline, and that's what a lot of people don't want to do and put in, and that's why people say trading is so hard. Everyone, I love you. Thank you for being here. God bless each and every one of you. Sorry for coming back and just jumping on in again, but I kind of had to, I guess, just to kind of, sorry. And we lost 150 people that thought I was really gone, but they missed out on this. We should give a little, secret sauce right now that nobody knows about. There's always a Labor Day weekend pump. I lost so much money with my Forex funds. This is truly demotivating and depressing. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's really sad. Why are you using so much money before you have a developed strategy that's working? That's like, I did this for 15 years. It's just not the best look. So anyway, I love each and every one of you. I'm not a financial advisor. Another guy saying you should be taking as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. And remember, trading is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes one day at a time, one step at a time. I'm DCing, I'm swing trading, and I'm leverage trading daily. So I'm doing a bunch of different things, but I'm managing each thing with, and each has a goal, either a short-term or a long-term goal, and I'm committed to that goal till I get there. The universe will help you, but you have to stay committed and disciplined, or you will not get to the goal. So you'll get any goal you want as long as you stay disciplined and true to that goal. Period. 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 I'm paper trading futures on MXC now, Sammy. Thank you. Thank you, Tony Rosas. Yes, and until you're profitable paper trading, you're not allowed to go further personally, or you should not allow yourself to go further. All right, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you. I'll see you later on tonight.